What did Varys hear in the flames? Is the question many fans have been wondering for years, and it's the question I'll try to answer in this video. Varys was born across the narrow sea in Lys. He was born a slave, and as a child he traveled with a troupe of actors all around the different free cities, until a sorcerer in the city of Myre made an offer Varys' master could not refuse. Varys was sold to a sorcerer, who gave him a potion that made him unable to move or speak, but did not dull his perceptions or sense of pain, and emasculated him, cutting off his all man parts, so he could use it in a magical ritual, burning them in a brazier. When the sorcerer threw Varys' genitals in the brazier, the fire turned blue. The sorcerer called and a voice replied. Varys heard a voice in the flames that shook him to his core, but Game of Thrones has never revealed what that voice said. Season 6 came the closest when Varys encountered the Red Priestess Kinvara. She hails from Velanis, which is where Melisandre said she's now going in Season 7. In Season 6, Kinvara appeared to know what that voice said, and Varys clearly found her unsettling. She told him everyone is what they are and where they are for a reason. Terrible things happen for a reason. Take what happened to you, Lord Varys, when you were a child. If not for your mutilation at the hand of a second-rate sorcerer, you would not be here helping the Lord's Chosen bring his light into the world. Knowledge has made you powerful, but there's still so much you don't know. Do you remember what you heard that night when the sorcerer tossed your parts into the fire? You heard a voice call out from the flames, do you remember? Should I tell you what that voice said? Should I tell you the name of the one who spoke? We serve the same queen. If you're her true friend, you have nothing to fear from me. That's the scene in which Kinvara asked Varys about the voice in the flames that he heard when the second-rate sorcerer threw his man parts into the fire. She asked if he knows who was speaking on the other side, making Varys speechless, not only because she knows of this major event from his life, but also because she apparently knows who was speaking. Varys, already visibly shaken, was asked by Kinvara if he wants her to repeat for him those same words or to identify the speaker for him, the words which Varys doesn't want to hear again. Let me repeat one particular part that she told to Varys. Everyone is what they are and where they are for a reason. Terrible things happen for a reason. Take what happened to you, Lord Varys, when you were a child. If not for your mutilation in the hand of a second-rate sorcerer, you would not be here helping the Lord's Chosen bring his light into the world. I have been wondering what Kinvara wanted to imply on when she said if not for your mutilation, you would not be here helping the Lord's Chosen. Kinvara obviously meant that if not for his mutilation, he would not be helping Dany right now. But I'm wondering, is it because of the voice in the flames that Varys heard? Did he gain all the power that he has, and is he helping Dany because of the words, because the voice told him to? I'm aware that it's hard to find an accurate answer on this, but this theory in which the voice that came out from the flames told Varys to serve him and help Dany certainly is an interesting theory. While we know for sure that Varys got his revenge, as we saw a scene in the 4th episode of the 3rd season, in which we could see that Varys was clearly torturing that same sorcerer that once tortured him. A scene itself explained much more. In that same scene, Varys admitted to Tyrion that he heard a voice, and that he still dreams of that night, the night when all of that happened to him. He also admitted that it's not because of sorcerer or his blade that he dreams of, but because of the voice from the flames. In the books, Varys does not even know what he heard that night. When Varys described the haunting story of his castration, he said when the sorcerer threw his parts into the fire, he heard a strange voice speaking a language he could not understand, and also said that he was drugged and in pain, pointing out that he often told himself that he must have hallucinated the voice. While this is the case in the books, I don't think it's the same in the show. In the show, Varys said himself that he still remembers the voice. Additionally, he said he dreams of it every now and then, which kind of confirms that Varys knows what the voice said, and by his face expression when Kinvara asked him, I'm quoting, "You heard a voice call out from the flames, do you remember? Should I tell you what the voice said?" It was pretty obvious that he knows and that he exactly understood the words that came out from the flames. But let's assume that, just like in the books, Varys did not understand what the voice said on the TV show as well. It would still be obvious that Varys, who can be considered as one of the most clever men in the Seven Kingdoms, would learn that language which the voice spoke, would learn and solve the meaning of those words, since he still knows and dreams of that voice. So yes, it's most likely that Varys knows what the voice said exactly, and in my opinion, that same voice is the reason of Varys being on the place in which he currently is, and the reason of him helping Dany Targaryen since the very beginning. Some believe the voice actually told Varys how and where is he going to die. Melisandre might have hinted at Varys' most mysterious secret just before departing for Velanis. It's reasonable to assume that Melisandre could also know what the voice in the flames said to him. She is easily as powerful as Kinvara, and likely even more powerful. After all, she resurrected someone, and it's unknown whether Kinvara has. Although Melisandre does not directly make reference to Varys' childhood or the voice he heard in the flames, she does say something very ominous. I have to die in this strange country, just like you. In response, Varys looks as unnerved as he was with Kinvara in Season 6. It seems probable that the voice in the flames told him something about the date or nature of his death. Knowing that in advance would be haunting for anyone. There's also a theory that this whole Varys event serves as a hint to Varys being someone far more important than we know, someone of royal blood. In that theory, Varys is the last member of House Blackfyre that is considered to be extinct by the time the series takes place. George R. R. Martin and showrunners have almost confirmed that Varys is a highborn, is someone of a royal descent, as only people with royal blood are being used in magical rituals. It might be a confirmation that Varys has king's blood, a blood that has tremendous power in magic. Varys being used in a magical ritual confirms Varys being of a royal descent, which the fact that upon the sorcerer threw his man parts into the fire resulted with the voice being heard from the flames, confirms this statement. While this fact that I mentioned could be considered as a proof, there's also one more than interesting fact, and it's the fact that Sorcerer's tongue is cut out. We can see that in the 4th episode of the 3rd season, in a scene in which Varys introduced Tyrion with a sorcerer that tortured him in his youth. Varys probably cut it out himself in order to either keep his secret of being a Blackfyre or in order to keep the words under wraps. The second hint is in the fact that Varys keeps his head shaved, which he might be doing in order to hide his hair color, which if he truly is a Blackfyre should be platinum blonde, as it's one of the traits passed on the Blackfyres by the Targaryens. If true, this would be a major twist, as not only would one of the main characters turn out to be someone else, but it would also be a huge betrayal over Dany. As the Blackfyres are infamous for their repeated and unsuccessful attempts to overthrow the Targaryen dynasty in a series of conflicts collectively known as the Blackfyre Rebellions, it was more than enough for a huge amount of fans to assume that Varys is about to betray Dany, if he truly is a Blackfyre. The first clue that might go in favor to this theory in which Varys is not loyal to Dany is in Kinvara's confrontation over Varys. A hint that a huge amount of fans are considering as a proof of Varys not being loyal towards Dany is in Kinvara's next statement that she said to Varys. She said with sort of saying Queen, "If you're her true friend, you have nothing to fear from me." So basically in this theory, the voice and the words spoken from the flames are not that important. The whole event serves as a huge hint to Varys being a Blackfyre. To conclude this theory, there's certainly a small possibility of Varys being a Blackfyre, even though I don't think he is, mostly because of the fact that showrunners decided not to include or even mention the Blackfyres throughout 6 seasons, and therefore Varys not being a Blackfyre probably would not have a reason to betray Dany. Me personally, I'm almost sure that Varys is and will remain loyal to Targaryens, as he's been loyal to Targaryens his whole life, and as he's been working on a plan to bring back Targaryen House the Iron Throne that has been taken from them ever since the destruction of House Targaryen. Now, I'm not saying Varys will not switch sides for another Targaryen, Jon Snow, even possibly work on a plan to have Dany killed in order to secure Jon the Iron Throne, but the point is, Varys is Team Targaryen. Going into Season 8, Varys will continue to serve Targaryens and he will most likely make a new allegiance that will provide them thousands of soldiers, and it's going to be with none less than with Cersei's own allies and the Golden Company. Conleth Hill, an actor who plays Varys, teased that Varys will be as effective as always in Season 8. What this means and foreshadows is Varys turning the Golden Company against Cersei and Euron, persuading them to fight for the last Rhaegar's son Aegon Targaryen, since after all, black or red, a dragon is still a dragon. We have been listening over and over again how the Golden Company have never broken a contract, that them breaking it and supporting Targaryens seems like such an obvious twist of the final season. Additionally, the Golden Company have already broken the contract in the books, and you guessed who was the reason, a Targaryen. Last but not least, we have a theory that the voice Varys heard from the flames was Bran. The day he was cut, Varys heard a voice from the flames. Just like Hodor heard Bran the day Ned left for the Eyrie. Just like Ned heard Bran when he was going up the stairs of the Tower of Joy. Varys heard Bran. The show establishes that people hear Bran from the future. The scene when Kinvara taunts Varys about the voice he heard from the flames and asks him if he wants to know what the voice said is in Famous the Door episode, and literally comes right before the scene where Bran becomes the Three-Eyed Raven. Fans even go that far to claim that Bran, the new Three-Eyed Raven, is in fact the Lord of Light himself. One way or another, we will get an answer to what the voice was, and what it said in the final season, probably in the same scene Varys dies. One of the biggest mysteries will definitely be unfolded. Let me know in the comment section who do you think spoke to Varys, and what do you think the voice said to him. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.